Imagine it's 5 p.m. on a Friday. You've just finished a critical feature, and now it's time to get it live. You open your terminal, SSH into the production server, and start typing commands manually. Wait, did you remember to run the database migrations? Did you update the environment variables on the remote host? This is the high-stakes world of manual deployment, where a single typo can bring down an entire service. Today, we are diving into CI/CD, the modern developer's superpower that replaces this chaos with a predictable, automated pipeline. We'll explore why manual steps are a ticking time bomb and how continuous integration and continuous delivery transform the way we ship code. By the end, you'll see why the world's best engineering teams never touch a production server by hand. Manual deployment is essentially a hope-based strategy. You hope the server environment matches your laptop. You hope you didn't forget a configuration step. And you hope that the version of the code you're uploading is actually the one that passed your local tests. But hope isn't a strategy. When humans perform repetitive tasks, we get bored, we get distracted, and we make mistakes. In a manual workflow, there is no audit trail. If something breaks, figuring out who changed what and when becomes a forensic investigation. This bottleneck slows down innovation because developers become afraid to deploy. The fear of breaking production leads to big bang releases once a month, which are even more likely to fail because of their sheer size and complexity.
This is where CI, or continuous integration, comes in. Think of CI as a tireless gatekeeper. Every time a developer pushes code to a shared repository like GitHub or GitLab, the CI system springs into action. It automatically pulls the new code, builds the application from scratch, and runs a battery of tests. If a single test fails, the build is broken and the team is notified immediately. This ensures that the main branch of your code is always in a healthy, deployable state. By integrating small changes frequently, often several times a day, you catch bugs early when they are easy and cheap to fix, rather than discovering them weeks later during a massive release event. CI turns integration from a nightmare into a non-event.
Now, let's talk about the second half, CD. This can stand for continuous delivery or continuous deployment. In continuous delivery, every code change that passes the CI tests is automatically packaged and ready to be deployed to production at the click of a button. Continuous deployment takes it a step further. Every change that passes the tests is automatically pushed to production without any human intervention at all. This sounds scary, doesn't it? But it's actually safer. Because the changes are so small, the risk of each individual deployment is tiny. If something does go wrong, the system can automatically roll back to the previous version in seconds. You're moving from manual labor to automated orchestration, where your infrastructure is defined as code and handled by machines that don't get tired. Visualize the CI/CD pipeline as an assembly line in a modern car factory. At the start, you have raw components, your code. As it moves down the line, automated robots, your CI tools, inspect every weld and tighten every bolt through unit tests, integration tests, and security scans. If a defect is found, the line stops immediately. But if it passes every station, it emerges at the end as a finished product, ready for the road. This pipeline approach ensures consistency. Whether you are deploying on a Monday morning or at 2 a.m. on a Sunday, the process is exactly the same. No more "it works on my machine" excuses, because the code is tested in an environment that mimics production perfectly. This consistency is the foundation of reliable software. So why are manual deploys so dangerous? Beyond this simple risk of typos, they create snowflake servers. A snowflake server is a machine that has been manually tweaked and tuned over time until it's unique. No one knows exactly how it's configured anymore. If that server crashes, you can't just spin up a new one because you don't have the recipe to recreate its specific state. CI/CD forces you to document that recipe in code, using tools like Docker, Terraform, or simple shell scripts. This makes your infrastructure immutable and reproducible. If a server fails, the pipeline just builds a fresh one from the code. You stop treating your servers like pets that need individual care and start treating them like cattle that are easily replaceable.
Speed is another massive advantage. In the old world, a deployment might take a whole day of planning and execution. With CI/CD, it takes minutes. This speed creates a feedback loop.
Developers get to see their work in front of users almost immediately. If a feature isn't working as expected, they know right away and can iterate. This agility is what allows companies like Amazon to deploy code every 11.7 seconds on average. They aren't smarter than everyone else, they just have better automation. By removing the human gatekeeper from the routine tasks, you free up your most expensive and talented assets, your engineers, to focus on solving actual business problems instead of babysitting a progress bar.
Security and compliance also benefit from CI/CD. When you deploy manually, who is checking for leaked API keys? Who is scanning for known vulnerabilities in your dependencies? In a pipeline, these checks are mandatory and automated. You can't forget to run the security scanner because the pipeline won't let the code through without it. This creates a secure by default culture. Furthermore, the pipeline provides a perfect audit log. If a regulator asks who approved a specific change to the production environment, you can point to the exact pull request, the test results, and the deployment timestamp. It's transparent, accountable, and far safer for any organization that handles sensitive data.
Ultimately, moving from manual deploys to CI/CD is a cultural shift. It's about moving from a culture of blame when things break to a culture of improvement. When a pipeline fails, we don't blame the developer. We fix the pipeline so that specific error can never happen again. It empowers developers to take ownership of their code, from the first line to the final deployment. This is the core of DevOps, breaking down the walls between those who write the code and those who run it. It creates a smoother, more professional, and frankly, much more relaxed working environment. No more 3 a.m. emergency calls because a manual step was missed. Just clean, automated, and reliable software delivery. To wrap up, manual deployments are a relic of the past. They are slow, error-prone, and dangerous. CI/CD pipelines are the standard for any team that wants to ship high-quality software quickly and safely. By automating your builds, your tests, and your deployments, you reduce risk, increase speed, and build a more resilient system. If you're still SSHing into servers to deploy code, it's time to build your first pipeline. Your future self and your users will thank you. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the world of modern software engineering. Happy coding!